From rooms filled with puppies, to meetings with Vladimir Putin, and even a giant snake, celebrities have the craziest demands on tour. Some are reasonable and easy to please, while others are absolutely bizarre. Here are the most insane demands made by stars. Welcome to Xplained. Celebrities can be fussy, but some are far more demanding than others. Stars usually make special requests when they're on tour, and these are put into a document called a rider. It's basically a list of requirements a celebrity expects in addition to their appearance fee. Riders are meant to ensure a hassle-free stay and a smooth performance. But some riders aren't practical at all. Let's look at some A-listers and their demands. First up is Beyonce. Beyonce is R&B royalty, so it isn't surprising that Queen Bey needs everything to be perfect at every big performance.
I can't believe that we only did it one time.
For instance, her dressing room must be exactly 78 degrees Fahrenheit or 25.5 degrees Celsius at all times. During the Mrs. Carter Show World Tour, Beyonce requested for freshly painted white walls in her dressing room, a new toilet seat before her arrival anywhere, and only luxurious red toilet paper. She's also particular about drinking special alkaline water served at exactly 21 degrees with only titanium drinking straws. After her show, Beyonce must be immediately presented with hand-carved ice balls to suck on to protect her vocal cords. Backstage, the crew must only wear clothes made from 100% cotton, and they will only have access to healthy food like green vegetables, oat cakes, and almonds. So what about her hubby JayZ's rider? Well, some of his requests over the years have included 7 dressing rooms. They had to be carpeted with tasteful furniture like table and floor lamps, a large couch, a love seat, and the temperature has to be exactly 72 degrees or 22 degrees Celsius. JayZ also needs 3 $80 Mayan tuberose scented candles, Ace of Spades champagne, 12 shot glasses, a pack of Marlboro Lights, and some good quality peanut butter and jelly to make sandwiches in his downtime. That doesn't sound too bad, right? But when JayZ headlined at the University of Arizona in 2009, he made some insane requests, most of which was rejected. And this included a $400,000 57 or 62 model Maybach with tinted windows. Next is Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber has changed a lot over the last few years, but back in his wild days, he was pretty demanding. JB's rider leaked when he toured India and the list went viral. It included a Rolls-Royce for himself, a convoy of 10 luxury sedans, and 2 Volvo buses for his 120-person entourage. Besides his own global security team, he requested for special Z+ level security and state police personnel to escort him around. His accommodation rider included 2 5-star hotels, and the 3 floors he booked had to convert into a private villa with a private elevator. His suite had to have purple carnations and a special Indian yoga casket with aromatic essential oils like jasmine, mogra, rose, and camphor incense sticks. And on top of that, he also requested for a licensed female masseuse to be flown in from the south of India. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The promoters had to keep a private jet and chopper on standby to meet all his travel needs, and he wanted a jacuzzi backstage to chill in before going out to perform. At number 7 is Kanye West. Ye's made some amazing music over the years, but he hasn't always been in the spotlight for the right reasons. Apparently, he's made some strange tour requests in the past, and here are some of the ones that we know of. One of his most tame requests was having a barber's chair in his dressing room, which kind of makes sense if he wanted a quick trim before a show. But during his Pablo tour, he asked for a slushy machine to be fitted at every venue. But this wasn't an ordinary machine. One half of Ye's machine had to give a mix of Hennessy and Coke, and the other side had to provide a mix of Grey Goose and lemonade. But that's not all. While in Australia, he needed all of his drivers to wear 100% cotton clothing while they transported him. It kind of seems like him and Beyonce had a conversation. Alright, Kevin Hart is at number 6. Kevin Hart is quite the comedian.
It was half deer, half zebra. So I'm like, oh, it's a deer, bro. Like, that's what I'm thinking.
But he isn't kidding around when it comes to his rider list. He's requested for his dressing room to have a 55-inch or larger TV placed on a skirted table, a full-length mirror, scented candles, and different kinds of food and drinks. I mean, that doesn't really sound that bad. But one of his most absurd requests from him was for there to be 5 women between the ages of 21 to 27 with athletic builds. They had to be go-getters, attractive, and they had to be at the venue 1 hour ahead of time and to stay behind 1 hour after. They'd be provided with t-shirts and tights in only extra small, small, and medium sizes. Let's take a look at Madonna's rider request. What's the point in being Madonna if you can't be demanding? One of her biggest requirements on tour is for her rooms to resemble her home. So she literally has all the furniture removed and replaced with the furniture she travels with. And if she ever needs any additional furniture backstage, it has to have flower-scented fabric. Her backstage room must also have white and light pink lilies and roses with stems that are exactly 6 inches long and a brand new toilet seat. But that's not all. Madonna usually travels with a 200-strong entourage while on tour. This includes 30 bodyguards, an acupuncturist, a yoga instructor, an on-site dry cleaner, and several personal chefs. And get this, she not only demands a room for them all, but also access to 20 international phone lines. Next is Lindsay Lohan at number 4. Lindsay Lohan has been through a lot.
I believe that you believe that this is your time to turn this around for yourself. And so you need to cut the you really do.
Okay.
While the actress has her act together these days, some items listed on her rider a few years ago were pretty demanding. Lindsay appeared on a Russian talk show a couple of years ago and made some pretty big requests. Number 1 on her list was a private jet, and on the plane she had to have a hair and makeup artist, as well as a manicurist, lots of security on ground, a 1-year Russian visa with an extension. She also wanted 500,000 British pounds, a Ritz-Carlton penthouse suite, and wait for it, a meeting and photos with Russian President Vladimir Putin. That kind of had everyone confused. But Lindsay did defend herself about that last one, and she actually wanted to discuss setting up a charity with Mr. Putin and didn't ask for a meeting just to take photos. Number 3 is Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is a vocal legend to say the least, and she's known to be quite a diva offstage too. So let's look at some of her craziest rider requests. She reportedly once asked for 20 white kittens and 100 white doves in her dressing room. And if that wasn't crazy enough, would you believe she asked for vitamin water to bathe her dogs and an assistant just to handle her used chewing gum?
What?
She also likes her dressing room to have drapes. Other items include Joe Malone candles, a 3-seater couch in a plain color, 3 bottles of Chardonnay, and a dozen vanilla protein shakes. At number 2 is Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell is one of the best comedians ever, but he rarely jokes about the things he needs before a show.
I like to take a nap during rehearsal, right where the monologue is delivered. Quiet, please, I'm trying to take a nap.
His requirements list for his promotional comedy tour for Semi-Pro confused the promoters, to say the least. Will asked for 1 electric 3-wheel mobility scooter, 1 headset microphone Janet Jackson style, 1 flight of stairs approximately 6 feet tall on wheels, a fake tree approximately 15 to 20 feet tall on wheels, and a rainbow painted on a canvas on wheels. We're not sure why he needed any of those things, but we'd really like to find out. And finally, at number 1 is Motley Crew. The heavy metal band is known to party hard. A variety of alcohol and food was always part of their rider. But their post-sobriety rider requested for a schedule for the local Alcoholic Anonymous meetings. Good on them. But as you'd expect with the number 1, the next few items had everyone confused. It included a submachine gun and a 12-foot-long boa constrictor. We're not sure why they need a machine gun and a giant snake, but if that's on their list when they're sober, we'd like to know what was on it in their wild days. There's other celebrities who've had some strange rider requests too. Some of the most famous include Joe Jonas's request for 12 puppies in his dressing room, Goldfrapp's request for a non-PVC whip or a riding crop with a leather handle, James Brown's request for an electric golf cart, Iggy Pop's request for 7 dwarves, and Van Halen's infamous request for no brown M&Ms, which actually was a test to see if the concert promoter had properly read the entire list or not. What are the craziest celebrity riders requests you've heard about? Tell us about it in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Xplained.